Hi students, in this video we're going to talk about how to do this biome and species food web escape room that you have. So this is an eco park escape room that you are going to go through. And so in this one, for the adventure advisor, you're going to read something like a trip advisor. Here's a park map that the people went and visited. You can see that A was like a grassland area, so up here, and B was a tundra, and C was a tropical rainforest, D was a taiga, E was a temperate deciduous forest, F was a desert, G was an estuary, H was the coral reef, that's where I would be, and I would be the wetlands. So different places in this eco park that they went and visited, and here is their TripAdvisor review. So the first sentence starts with, "Love this place, excited to share a detailed trip report of our recent visit to Bioland and the newly opened Eco Park. Although we didn't have time to visit all 9 biomes, my family of 4 had a great time at the Biome land. Our first stop was so cold. The ground seemed frozen solid. There was snow everywhere and no trees in sight. An Arctic fox darted across the snow, and we also spotted a caribou that my son called Rudolph." Okay, so the first place that they visited, which is highlighted in this first paragraph, and each paragraph is about a different biome, you're going to see which biome would have ground that's frozen solid, caribou, Arctic fox, no trees. That is going to be one of these that is listed, and it's not going to be coral reefs, I'll tell you that. And so you're going to scroll down, and when you answer the question, the first paragraph, is a drop down menu. You're going to click which ecosystem it is talking about, and you're going to classify each paragraph. So the next biome is warming up. We walked around, we were amazed at the diverse wildlife, thick vines, canopy, broadleaf trees, completely blocked out the light. So poison dart frogs, parrots. You're going to figure out what that is for paragraph 2 and click on it. So that's how you're going to finish the first one. The second one for Eco Park is a postcard, and this one is less descriptive. It's more of a puzzle. So it's somebody that's passing Vanessa, who's writing her grandma a postcard, is giving her grandma directions. So you're going to look for any words that are direction words, and you're going to click in here what the directions are. So words you're looking for are like up, down, left, right, etc. So here, "Hi grandma, sending you a quick note. As promised, from this very cool place, our team advanced to day 2 of the finals by getting all the last challenge questions right." So can you see that she's giving it a direction right? So you're going to write the word right down, and finishing with just over 12 minutes left. I would write down the word right and then left, and you're going to end up getting directions: right, left, up, down, and you will be able to answer these 4 and say what the 4 directions are in order. Okay, with this postcard, it continues on with the 5th, 6th, and 7th directions. Okay, for this next one, you're going to watch a video through the binoculars. So I have the YouTube here, and you will go to it. Let me see if I can bring it in sight. I'm a little bit off to the side, but you see a bear at 50. So you're going to write bear 50. And then you're going to write like hawk 5. That was probably a hawk or an eagle 5. Maybe an osprey, who knows. But you're going to put 5. Then you're going to see like the next one is a monkey 10. Say a lion, and I'm going to go back to that number, which was 120. Okay. You're going to write those all down with the name of the animal and the number. And then you're going to go back to this field study data. And if the animal was a carnivore, so like the cheetah being or lion, female lion maybe being a carnivore. That's something that eats meat. It had the number 120 on it. So I'm going to write 120 in here, and I'll probably put lion so I'll remember it's the lion. But I am going to slow this YouTube video down. Like the monkey here was 10. Let me see, monkey 10. Okay, so a monkey could be an omnivore, so eat like plants and meat, right? It could eat insects or plants. So I'm going to put its number 10 over here and write monkey next to it. But I'm going to classify each animal based on, are they a carnivore, eating meat, herbivore, plants only, or omnivores, they eat everything. So, and I'm going to put them here. I'm going to add up the total of this column. Once I get all of those animals added up, I'm going to add up the columns and then put that number here. So you're going to bring that total right here, and a total for the herbivores and a total for the omnivores. And then you're going to do a little mathy equation. You're going to subtract the total of the carnivores minus the herbivores, and then multiply it towards the omnivores, and you'll get a total answer, and you'll write that answer here. The next set of pictures, you're going to put this food chain in order. If this was a very simple food chain, the foundation of the food chain is which of these? Which is the basis of the food chain? Is it the frog, the owl, the grass, the snake, or the grasshopper? And you are going to pick it and put it in there. The next one is just a simple definition. There's some different choices that are here, but the role that a species plays in its ecosystem, including all the resources it uses and the habitat, is called its what out of these? And you are going to pick and select out of there. So it's like simple definitions on that one. On the next one, you have graphs where you have the population size and time. And then you also have some different energy pyramids drawn out, where like this one has the carnivores being the biggest group, followed by the herbivores with a few producers, like only a few plants. Is that how a correct energy pyramid looks like with a massive amount of carnivores, just a few herbivores, and barely any plants producers? So you will want to look at energy pyramids and kind of be able to tell which one of these is correct. But then you will answer these few questions about that here. The last question is a relationship board for your escape room. So you have this pegboard here, and you have two green smileys. Here you have a green smiley and a frowny, and here a smiley and an I don't really care one way or the other. Okay, in two green smileys, below two green smileys, you're looking for two organisms that are both happy in their relationship. So they're both happy. So here's our choices for the number one spot. Both happy. Is that remores, which is a fish feeding off of scraps of food on the shark that gets left behind without affecting the shark? So the shark isn't even affected. It's like, meh. Is that where they're both happy? Or is it tapeworms that live in the intestines of humans that are stealing the nutrition that the humans need? Is that where they're both happy? Or honeybees get nutritious nectar from flowers and help the flower spread its pollen. So you will have to decide which one of these post-it notes shows an example where both species are happier because of this relationship. And that is going to be your number one. So you're going to go down here for your number one, and you're going to select it there. Okay. Going closely along with number one is actually the 4, the name below it. So pay attention that this is the number 4 down below. Okay. So use these numbers here to answer these here. Okay. So the number 4, what do we call that? Do we call that, when both are happy, do we call that mutualism or parasitism or commensalism? You'll need to look up those terms, and then you will, assume that that goes in number 4. And then when you go down here, go to the number 4 and pull out that name. So when both are happy, that's the name that you would want to put there for that number 4. So that's how you finish that ecosystem escape room activity.